Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, February 22nd, 2026, and I'm back at the Lorraine campground again this morning. Today, I'm going to expand upon what I showed 2 weeks ago when I showed the more modified version to complete for the Camp Claiborne loop. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be heading back out to the we're going to be heading back out to the Melder campground area, and I will show you today the expanded version of how to complete this loop. And that way, if you do want to follow the Boy Scout loop section that I tried to attempt to complete 2 years ago, we figured it out, and I'm going to show you how to do that way if you want to extend your mileage. So we're making our way out there this morning, and when we get to that spot, I'll show it to you. All right, we just passed up the Melder campsite. This is where I was last time, showing you the two alternates to shorten the route back to Lorraine if you want to hop on this side of Louisiana Highway 112, which is the south end. Again, that's the Melder campsite. So this was that alternate that follows along, wiggles, and goes further along where you're going to meet up. This was the forest road. This is where we turned off 2 years ago, and we ended up getting turned around. So in case it's a little different, I'm going to just go ahead and start recording and show you what it looks like. Yeah, we already made a change. That trail that I took 2 years ago needs some work. There's a lot of briar bushes sticking out. So we're now just cutting across the back end of the Melder camp. And there's another trail that's in much better shape. Actually, I think you can see it up here in orange. We're going to. That runs parallel to the one we did 2 years ago. So this is the most updated version. And so now we're going to start heading southbound from here. All right, we just stopped to take a short break. You can see that there's this little forest road. We're actually going to be going straight from where we are right now. We're about 3 miles in from the Melder campground. This route definitely is different than the last one. It's a little further to the west, but it's really a better trail. It's real scenic. But I can see about where we were last time, because behind me, I don't know if you can tell, is the orange blazes. We had come more that direction, so we remained further east last time. So we're gonna end up back in the same spot fairly soon, and I'll show you what we got turned around at that forest road and which way we're gonna go today. About 3.5 miles now coming out of Melder. This is the road we took last time, but I think we had jumped on a little further that way. But if you want to cut your hike off to start making your way back to Loran, you can take this road all the way down. It's probably like maybe a little over a half a mile from here. But in the meantime, we're going to follow this. It's going to keep us a little further south, where we're going to connect with Big Cut Road. We're now about 5.5 miles from where we started at the Melder campground. And this is where we came from a second ago. And this section, all the way back to that canyon I showed earlier, is part of the Bayou State Trail. So if you want to check it out, go check it out. It's day number 19. But we just went in this direction. We just came back in the opposite. So now what we're going to do is, we're going to go straight for a little ways on this military road, and then we're gonna turn left to start making our way back to Louisiana Highway 112. Well, we're now about 7 miles from where we started at Melder, and I can show you now. This is the road we came in on 2 weeks ago as part of the alternate that I was showing to cut off this loop. Melder's back that way about a mile from here. So now we're gonna turn like we did last time, start making our way back to the Loran campground. And then when we get there, I'll give you my thoughts on today's hike. All right, we just made it back to the Loran campground, and it was about, I would say, probably around 7 miles is what we had marked off, or 7.5, to get back closer to 112 at that barracks, which I showed 2 weeks ago as part of the alternate. The Boy Scout trail system, like I've talked about in these last couple of videos, very confusing. There's so many trails out there that aren't even marked on maps. We've probably only discovered a fraction of them. But the route that we had today was really good, and I think that's going to be a really good extension of the Camp Claiborne loop. So as part of the Bayou State Trail Association, we're probably gonna end up going out and marking that stuff. But there's still a lot more that we want to investigate out here. So we're gonna keep coming out, and over the next couple of years, you'll probably see more videos, not only the Boy Scout area, but you know, coming back and doing the Camp Claiborne loop again, to covering the Woodworth loop. So hope you enjoyed watching today's video, and I'll see you again soon on the Louisiana Trail.